What's going on, everybody? Hey, today we're going to jump into weeks 5 and 6 of our 9 weeks to better business finances by talking about forecasting. I've allotted a couple of weeks worth of time for this topic because it takes a little while to get some of this information going and pulled together. And so, what we're going to look at today is really just a broad, kind of cursory overview of the topic. Obviously, we can go much deeper, and we will in subsequent episodes. But this should give you kind of that meta narrative of how at least I think about it and some of the metrics that I like to keep an eye on. So the first one being sales, obvious of importance. Some of the ratios that I believe matter. And then if you go back to week 3 and 4, you'll begin to see how I build out projections on building a team with an eye towards making sure that I'm not trying to make my business do something that it's not intended to do, right? When I think about revenue per seat or expenses per seat. So let's jump over to the tool so we can see some of that information. What I like about the Google Suite is that as I pull together some of the information and network these spreadsheets together, it's keeping it fresh and up to date. And so sales is obvious, right? I'm able to see kind of where am I at for my actuals year to date, and then against my goal, which is 20% attainment. And then if I trend that out over the course of a year, where do I stand to be by December 31st? And again, this is all dummy information, so it's trending for me that I'm going to be short of my $700,000 goal by trending to be only about 62%. Same idea with my expenses. Again, this is really low numbers, but where do I stand to be by the end of the year? Always keeping an eye on profitability. This is huge. And then one of the things that I like to have a conversation about is when we're in the quarter, because I like to measure things by the quarter. When we're in the quarter, having conversations with our sales leaders about, okay, here's where we're at, in sales, and if I think about my expenses against sales and what is that break-even number, I'm able to keep track of that. So I know kind of the moment that we would be profitable for that particular quarter based on sales and sales trends. Some of the metrics that I like looking at is CAC and LTV. CAC is customer acquisition costs, and LTV, it stands for a lifetime value. Customer acquisition cost is really classically defined as your sales expenses plus your marketing expenses divided by how many customers you have. And so what does it cost you essentially to get a customer in the door? And then lifetime value is how much business does a customer do with you over the course of their life with you, and then again divided by however many customers you have. You'll see here that the ratio is pretty strong. It's 164 to 1, right? So a gold standard, at least in kind of the softwares as a service or SaaS world, is 5 to 1, right? If you are getting 5 times the value in for a customer as you are expending to get them in the door, that's good. This is a very, very strong CAC to LTV ratio, and you can see that formula up here. This is all free on the internet. You can just search it or pull it down from here. And then I like to look at, again, more sales figures. Where am I at against my break even for the quarter, for our profit goal? And then, I always have kind of a home run number. Again, you can look at that from a seasonality perspective, or if you're really trying to ramp up operations and you want to kind of extend that carrot out just a little further for your team, to really know kind of what is your good, better and best number that you're shooting for when you think about quarterly sales targets. So again, this is just some of the information that I look at. It's pretty easy to pull together. My customers do it, or I do it on their behalf. Yeah, so if there's anything else that you want to see, or if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Happy to answer any of that for you. But hopefully this brought you some value, and helps you know how healthy your business is and maybe what you can begin to do to improve that. So hope you all have a great day. Thanks.